So recently, someone asked if I could make a video talking about unsolved mysteries in Tower of God, and I thought this was a great idea. There is so much mystery and intrigue going on in the tower and throughout Tower of God, and there's so many mysteries that have been answered, but like 10 times more mysteries that have not been answered. There's so much we still don't know, and I want to talk about some of those things and see what some of the potential theories are relating to those mysteries. So the first one is Bomb and Rachel. From the very beginning, we see them in that cave. They're outside the tower, but we don't know how exactly Bomb ended up there, or who really is Rachel. Like, was she sent there to take care of Bomb? Or did she go there of her own volition and then she decided to do all these things? We really don't know. Considering that's like the first thing we learn in the entire story, it's crazy that that's still an unsolved mystery. Now, some of the theories that I've seen, we kind of know that like Bomb was hidden there or whatever. We don't really know how it happened or whatnot or the details, but some of the theories revolving that are around Rachel. Maybe she was some kind of servant either for Jihad or somebody else who was ordered to take care of Bomb, and then she decided, okay, I'm gonna go up the tower or something like that, right? Which would mean she knew that he was kind of important. So we really don't know. Like, I think that's possible. You know, we also know that Rachel read this like storybook, so maybe she found this book in this castle that she worked in or something. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy theory. I don't know what the evidence exactly is behind that other than what I said. Some people even say that Rachel is related to Jihad because they're both got blonde hair. I don't think that's possible. I don't really see that being the case because she's kind of weak and stuff. I'm really not sure. You know, it's a big mystery, and it's crazy because we know it's connected to Jihad. We know that Bomb's existence is directly connected to Jihad through his parents and whatnot. And I believe there's even a point where there's something in the cave that has like the symbol of Jihad. I'm not sure what panel that is, but I've heard a lot of people say that. So there's a ton of mystery revolving around Bomb being in the cave and how Rachel fits into all of that, and we still don't really know. Another mystery that people tend to forget about is Ghost, or Arkyung. Ghost is how most people call him. Ghost is an enigma. He first appeared in season 1 as sort of Rachel's bodyguard that Headon gave to her, and if you're started out as an anime only, then you might be confused about Ghost because in the anime, Ghost acts as like some kind of sacrifice. When Rachel gets stabbed by Ho, he like dies instead or something, which makes you think he's just the spirit. But in the comic, he shows up again in season 3 as a member of like the Fug Squad, right? He's like chilling with Apple and Rachel for just a little while, and he fights Bomb as a wave controller. And this is crazy. You know, we saw him as a spear bearer in season 1, but all of a sudden he's busting out all these crazy Shinsu attacks, and he uses Shinsu Black Hole Sphere. And Bomb is like, wait, is he an irregular? Right? And it's crazy. So Ghost is an enigma. We don't know if he really is just like a puppet for Headon, or maybe he thinks for himself and Headon's sending him to do these tasks. We really don't know. But I think we're gonna find out more, especially since we recently did see Ghost, which was really hype. But I don't think he's an irregular, right? My personal opinion is that Headon is playing into this story more than we think, and Ghost is sort of like his puppet, and he's sort of using Ghost to accomplish his tasks while he chills, you know, playing video games or whatever on the first floor. Who knows? But Ghost is definitely one of the biggest mysteries, I think, in Tower of God. This isn't exactly a mystery, but it is something that we've been theorizing like crazy about, and that is Rachel's 3 wishes. At the end of season 2, you know, Rachel did that whole thing with the stingray, and Popodao Gustang was like, all right, I'm gonna award you with 3 wishes. Now, we don't really know what these wishes exactly, like what is possible within these wishes, or if she's gonna get all of them right away. But this opens up a whole realm of possibilities because, and I have some theories about what these wishes might be, but I think I'm gonna make a whole video about it, so I might not spoil too much of what I think here. But I'll just say this. Rachel's a very insecure person, a very selfish person. She wants a lot of things. So I think it's pretty obvious the things that she's gonna wish for, and I think they relate to her desires. And if that's the case, and she wishes for what I think she's gonna wish for, things are gonna get crazy, but it really does depend on what kind of wishes they are. And we haven't seen Rachel since, which is wild, but this is definitely a big mystery, you know, is a kind of a big cliffhanger that we haven't gotten back to. And I think when we find out, things are gonna get crazy. One of the biggest mysteries in Tower of God, and one of the biggest things that people have been theorizing about for so long, is Wang Non and Karaka. So we know Wang Non has the Ring of Jihad, and we know his connections to Jihad and all this stuff, but Karaka also has this ring, right? So if we assume that Wang Non is truly the Prince of Jihad, and he's got blonde hair, blonde eyes, and got the ring, Wang Non also has this ring and blonde eyes as far as we can see through his mask and whatnot. We haven't seen his face. Does this mean that Wang Non and Karaka are brothers? And if so, does this mean that Karaka is also a Prince of Jihad? We really don't know. My questions around, like, it would make sense if that is the case, but it's interesting because people tend, like Hua Yun, during the beginning of the Hell Train arc or after the workshop battle, she refers to Wang Non as like the mistake made by Jihad and the 10 families or something like that. And if Wang Non is the Prince of Jihad and the mistake, why would there be more Princes of Jihad walking around, right? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Or maybe it makes sense, but it's interesting that she refers to him as the mistake when there would be multiple walking around. Because there's also the Captain. And the Captain is this another really mysterious character that we know nothing about. He talks to both Doan and Cha. He looks just like Jihad, but he has a mole. And people think that maybe he's a Prince of Jihad. We really don't know. But if he is, that means there's at least 3 Princes of Jihad walking around. But regardless, the mystery revolving Karaka and Wang Non has been a topic of theory and discussion for a long time in the Tower of God community, and we still really don't have that many answers. For now, people just assume that they really are, in fact, brothers. Sort of a small mystery in Tower of God is the existence of Arkraptors Daughter. We were recently teased with Arkraptors Daughter being a part of the Fug Squad, Apple, Michael, and whatnot, during the whole cage stuff. We saw a bit of her hair and the earring. Pretty fascinating, right? It's almost guaranteed that this is Arkraptors Daughter, because he mentioned that his wife and him had the 2 wedding rings and the daughter, blah, blah, blah. So if this is Arkraptors Daughter, what is she doing with this group? You know, we know she's from one of the 10 great families, that Arkraptor married someone from one of the 10 families, so she's probably really strong. But why is she chilling with this group? You know, like, what's her goal? Does she know about Arkraptor? Is that gonna play into the story somehow? I mean, I'm sure it's going to, but how exactly? We'll see, but I think that's a small mystery that is really interesting, and I hope we get more of that going into the near future. Now, this is a mystery that I hadn't really ever considered before, but a lot of you guys were recommending I talk about it, and that is, how did Headon talk to Bomb without a pocket? So, when Bomb obtained his pocket, he was able to speak the language of the tower because he was from the outside, so he wasn't able to. But Headon was able to talk to Bomb before he ever received this pocket. So this means a number of things. Now, it's not a plot hole. SIU has confirmed that he did this specifically for a reason and that it's kind of a secret and maybe potentially important. So this could mean that Headon knows the language from the outside, so he was just talking to Bomb in that language, right? But it could also mean that Headon is from the outside or some crap. I don't know how that would be, because Headon's a guardian of the tower, so he's kind of like a part of the tower and integral to the tower. There's something going on there, though. There's a big mystery there. I hadn't ever really considered it. I made a post in the community tab, and you guys were really requesting me to talk about it. I honestly don't have any idea. I mean, it's possible he just knew the language, but maybe there's a connection between Headon and the outside. I think Headon might be the most mysterious character in Tower of God, and I really hope we get to see more of him going into the future, because I've already talked about like 2 or 3 mysteries revolving around his characters, so I think that's really interesting. Another mystery revolves around Rak and Evenkel, and the fact that Rak is like highly implied to be an ancient one. It's pretty much confirmed actually at this point. But if he's an ancient one, how did that come to be? He's from the Wraithrazor race, you know, is he like special amongst the Wraithrazors? What's going on? And we know that he does have some connection to Evenkel, because when he saw Evenkel's flames, he was like, I've seen that before. Like, he kind of was like stunned for a second. So there's definitely a connection between the 2 of them as far as ancient ones go, but maybe did Evenkel do something to like his race, or is there something going on there that has not been expanded upon? And I really want to see where that goes, you know? Maybe is he the only, I don't think he's the only, he hasn't mentioned the fact that his race was like wiped out or anything. I don't know, maybe Evenkel visited his race before. There's obviously something going on there, and I really want to see more from Rak. He's, you know, Rak has been kind of shafted recently. He's become pure comic relief. I want to see some development. I want to see him talk to Evenkel. I want to see him get, you know, figure things out and develop as a character and get stronger. And we're getting some of that, don't get me wrong, but I want to see it more. And I feel like this mystery could be the key to that. So Rak being an Ancient One, his connections to Evenkel, definitely a big mystery. And finally, probably the biggest mystery of all in Tower of God, what exactly is the tower? How did it come to be, and what is on the outside? All we've really seen from the outside is Bomb and Rachel being in the cave. But Rachel was talking to Bomb about the outside being filled with like dancing and fun and nature. Is the outside our world? You know what I mean? They talk about the sky and stars, which is really interesting because Jihad and the 10 families also came from the outside, and Yurik and Enryu and all these irregulars, right? So what exactly is on the outside? Are all these people like really strong? We don't really know. You know, like how did the tower come to be? Did someone create it? Has it always been there? Is there really like this god? What's going on? And does it have to do with Headon? Because I feel like it probably does. I feel like Headon, you know, he's the first character that Bomb meets in the story, aside from Rachel. I feel like Headon might be the key to everything, or I'm just sort of hyping him up for no reason. But the tower's existence itself is so interesting, so mysterious. We're probably not gonna find out more about it in the near future, or maybe at all, but I have a feeling this is gonna be something we're gonna be talking about for quite a while. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you want to support videos like this, definitely leave a like and subscribe for more Tower of God content. Thanks to everybody who posted in the community tab. I couldn't get to everything, so I'm really sorry, but maybe I'll make another video talking about more mysteries, and I'd love to make individual videos on these mysteries, really breaking them down, making some theories. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Regardless, if you want to talk more about Tower of God, we have a Discord server, link is in the description down below, and you can also support the channel on Patreon. You guys have been amazing recently through your support. And stay tuned because this Saturday, another episode of the Tower of God dub will be released. But thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in my next Tower of God video. Take care.